Hi, my name is Tyvis Powell, former Ohio State Buckeye and national champion DB. Welcome to the Buckeye Cast. These guys was born and bred in the Buckeye State, and they like to talk Buckeye football and drink bourbon. Subscribe to the show. Now pour up a drink and pull up a stool. Here's your host, Joe Warwick. Get him, Joe.
Ivis, we appreciate you. I do wonder what he's charging for these cameo appearances nowadays. It's got to be like quadruple what I paid. I mean, Tyvis, me and Tyvis go way back.
He went off.
Yeah. Got him at a bargain. Now he blew up and he's on Big Ten Network and who knows where else.
I just met some family of another host on Big Ten Network.
What's that? Your
family? I just met some family of DiNardo.
Oh, Jerry, I would love to meet that dude.
Yeah, I actually, after hearing some stories, I'd like to meet him too. Sounds like a fun guy.
Yeah. You know he parties.
I think he probably lives down there by you somewhere.
Yeah, definitely. You know who I ran into a couple of years ago down in Naples? Fucking Dave Wannstedt. That dude's a legend, and now he's on this.
You still have that mustache?
Fuck yeah, man. That caterpillar is never going away. He's on that Dallas Cowboys Netflix doc.
Oh, I haven't started that.
Oh, it's so good, man. That's back when I used to like the NFL. Back in the 90s.
Yeah, that was my jam back then.
Wannstedt's on there. Everybody, all the coaches, really. I mean, yeah, it's a good show. I would recommend it. I'm over halfway through. I think it's 8 parts.
Does it run up to the modern day?
No, it's focused on the 90s so far.
Oh.
I'm only like 5 through 5 of 8, I think. So it's mostly focused on the 90s, you know. I can't believe I completely forgot about the story of a Dallas cop put out a hit on Michael Irvin. Like, was going to pay somebody to kill Michael Irvin because he had sex with the cop's wife.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that. Those guys were wilding out down there.
Yeah, they talked about the White House and had one in D.C. Jeff, you in here? You're not muted, but I can't hear you. I see you. I see your black screen. All right. Hey, folks, we appreciate you joining us. We're getting into it tonight. This is Texas preview, wall to wall, top to bottom, north to south, east to west, stem to stern. We are talking 100% Buckeyes versus Texas. This is game week, man. This is day one of game week. So, hey, if you
I know. Can you believe it? It's already here.
No, I know. It's crazy. It's freaking August still. So if you want to support the show, we appreciate it. Visit thebuckeyecast.com. Go get yourself some Buckeye gear, hats, shirts, all the shit. Share the show with a friend, family member, or just take their phone and subscribe to the show anyways. Leave a comment, like the show if you're watching on YouTube. And the podcast audience, we have a monster podcast audience. So I release the audio on Monday mornings. So get in there, leave a 5-star review wherever you follow the show. And we're live on YouTube, Instagram, fingers crossed on the Instagram. It likes to shit itself every Sunday night. But also on Twitter. So X, Twitter, whatever we're calling it nowadays. We're live there right now. So, hey, if you want to repost the show, share it with people, that'd be awesome. We'd appreciate that. And once again, we are just kind of in the beginning stages of season 10 of this show, Henry. You believe that shit?
Time flies.
It does. It does. You know.
Did we start this the year after they won?
Yeah.
The Natty?
Yep. 2014 we won it, and then the show was birthed. Still not hearing you, Jeff, but you're welcome to join when you can. Let's see. Oh, Henry, I wanted to get your reaction to Julian Sayin being officially named last week, since you weren't on last week's show. What do you think? How do you feel about the timing and then, of course, the obvious announcement? How do you feel about that?
I'm good with it. I think it's early enough. Give him some confidence. I think that's the only thing that I've ever heard. And I wouldn't say that I heard that in a big way, but is just his confidence. And so I think naming him the starter, giving him these reps, you're our guy, maybe can give him a little bit more than that. Give him more confidence and be back there and like, hey, these guys got you, man. But keep your head up, looking downfield, move your feet.
Yeah, I think it's important to give a new starter, especially a first-time starter, 2 full weeks with the ones. I think that's key. Not just
everything I've heard about his arm. They're like, this kid's his arm is just it's not matched. I don't think so. I mean, I think that's what separates it.
Yeah, yeah. The arm, the accuracy, decision making, quick processing. Those are kind of his unique traits, I guess you'd call it. So, yeah, I feel good.
Do you think we'd bring in packages with Kwiatkowski to jam it up the middle and run?
Yep. Yeah, I've been saying it all summer, man. You're going to see both quarterbacks in this game, and I don't just mean in garbage time if we get up by 30, which I doubt, by the way.
That gets tough on a coach, though, because, you go down there and say Sayin drives it down to the 5, and then the first time Kwiatkowski doesn't get it in the end zone, everyone's on the coach's ass. Keep the guy in there.
Right.
It's risky business to pull that shit.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's a couple alternatives there. You could bring in Kwiatkowski to hand it off, like a dive, to Peoples or to CJ Donaldson, so it's like a decoy. Or you actually do run like a QB power or a QB keeper kind of situation. If it's less than 2 yards, I would much honestly. Kwiatkowski is a much more physically imposing guy. He's got more athleticism, got the size. Let him hammer it up in there at 6'3", 215.
And he don't mind doing it. I don't think either.
And if he punches it in, great. And maybe save some hits on Sayin. I'm just saying.
No, I think there is, just in college football, it's too valuable not to have that. And we'll see. Maybe Sayin will have some of that. But right now, in my mind, I'm feeling that his run game is going to be the weak spot of his game, and that would be Kwiatkowski's strong spot. So, yeah, I'm with you. I think we'll see it, and I hope it's the right thing. They get it will be if they get the right mix. You just got to figure out when and where to do it, but that's where people, idiot fans, you fail one time. It's like, look, it's not always going to be successful. It's still football.
Sure. I mean, that's the other thing is, the other team is lining up against you, trying to stop you. Not everything is a gimme. So, yeah. Huge week coming up. Game week. My Canadian princess is coming into town for 10 days. So, shout out to the Kit Kat. Holy shit. It's going to be nuts around here. TMI, that's too much information. I used to say don't go there, but that's lame. Anyway, Jeff, if we can't hear you, if you can hear us, that's half the battle, but you might want to disconnect your headphones or something like that. It's probably like a headset situation, and pop back in here when you can.
Yeah, it looks like he's on and ready to rock.
Yeah. I just he's not muted, and I can't hear anything from him. So, all right. So, in question for the chat, dropping it in. Please drop your final score prediction for the Texas-Ohio State game. We're going to have more questions throughout the night. We got 90 minutes, so strap in. lock it in, strap up, whatever you got to do to your straps. And we're going to have more questions for the chat. But the first one right off the bat, and we're going to get to every comment and question tonight, I promise. Please give us your final score prediction. Stephen Cherry, I think I got 5 score predictions from you. So you're good. If you want to drop a new one in, great. We'll take it. But I think last week was like 48-29 or something crazy. Personally, not to let the cat out of the bag and get to the end at the beginning, but I think this is going to be a low-scoring affair. Just my take. But let's see. Where do you want to start, Henry? You want to? I just finished watching the playoff game against Texas, like less than 15 minutes ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was the Big Ten, cut up version, down to 60 minutes, which I could do without the kickoffs and the punts. I mean, do we need that in a 60-minute version? Anyway, yeah, a lot of things that I'm taking away from that game. I don't know if you can apply all of this stuff, but I would say the big thing that stuck out to me is we were getting pressure with 4 on defense. Didn't have to blitz much to get pressure. So that's leading me into one of our segments at the end here about this Texas offensive line. But let's start from a 30,000-foot view, Henry, while we're waiting for Jeff to kind of reconnect or reconfigure. What do you think about this 1 versus 2 or 1 versus 3 heavyweight matchup in week 1? We've never seen this before, I don't think.
No, I love it. Now that there's a playoff, and I love it. It's a huge game. I mean, too bad it's on at noon for the West Coast people. Yeah, I don't mind noon. Just the TV ratings and that. I mean, you'll certainly have everybody on Central Time tuning in. But yeah, the 9 a.m. kicks out there on the West Coast. We'll see if the new Big Ten teams get used to caring about that on a Saturday morning.
They don't have to worry about it. They're never going to play a big noon kick, even if they come back east.
No, but even to just be kind of involved in your conference games and want to watch other teams in your conference.
That's true.
But it's a huge game. I think it's great for college football. I like it. I mean, tactically, I wish it were at least game 2, but I love a game like this.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it necessarily has to be Ohio State every year that has to play the number 1 team, but I like these kind of games. I'm all for it.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's Arch Manning, the big name. Heisman.
Arch Madness. Yeah.
Heisman favorite already. So let's go ahead and hand him that trophy, please. I would love it. Let's motivate the guys a little bit more because we need that. Yeah. I'm not, from an Ohio State point of view, I would like a ramp-up game at least once. 1 game against anybody. But this is a good measuring stick no matter when you play it, right? Texas being one of the best teams in the country, you're going to measure yourself against them, see where you stand moving forward. And I'm not giving Texas this fucking win at all. I don't know how you guys feel. Just we don't have to jump ahead to our score predictions or anything like that yet. But Jeff, you in?
I'm here, brother.
Awesome.
There you go.
All right. So
hey,
I'm not handing this game to Texas at all.
Fuck no.
Matter of fact, well, I'm leading to a point here. I think that this is just a measuring stick, and because you're allowed to lose a game or 2 and still make it to the playoffs, this just shows you where you're at early on, right?
That's a good point.
So maybe there's things you need to work on as a team. And the loser is definitely going to see those things.
Well,
But
the
if you
winner's
win
going to see
even
those
if you
things
win
as
the
well.
game, even if you win the game, you're going to see your warts, right? They're going to be exposed.
For sure.
Naturally, with a matchup like this, yeah, talent, the amount of talent versus the amount of talent, yes.
Yeah.
Anything you don't do well will be exposed because of the other team's great talent.
Yeah. Right. So, yeah, that's the only upside to playing this game early on, and you can see your kind of starting point at the beginning of the season, and then as your team grows over 12 weeks, you can see where you're supposed to improve and where you haven't by the end of the season, right? I think that's important because
Well,
teams change from week 1 to week 12.
we're basically talking about the worst case situation here if we lose. If you win this game, you're almost a lock for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Whoever wins this game.
Yeah, both
Yeah.
teams have a tough schedule though throughout
Yeah,
the
but
season.
This is the biggest, toughest part of it.
Right. I get it.
winning this game will make sure you'd have to lose 4 of your next 11 to not make it. If with the
Help me
after the winner of this game, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
you'd have to lose 4. I
Right.
think you'd have to lose. You have to go 8-4 and no league, no conference in order
Right.
to not make it. I think.
I don't feel good about a 3-loss team, even with the Ohio State brand. 3
Well-
losses.
Well, no, you don't ever want to be in that position. But I'm saying last year, Bama almost got in with 3 losses.
Yeah, they tried. They tried hard to get him in.
Their 9-3 is not better than your 11-1.
Right.
As Signetti.
Right. Google me. Yeah. So I was just asking Henry how he felt about having this heavyweight matchup in week 1, just to kind of break the ice and get the conversation started here before we dig into all the matchups and stuff.
It's going to be clunky. It will be. The best point that's been made in the hype to this game is neither one of these teams will look like they do August 30th and October 30th. Well, yeah, no shit, because they get 2 quarterbacks that are just figuring shit out.
If they
Now,
do, then you're in trouble. If they look
Yeah.
the same.
But
It's poor
I think
coaching.
Spoiler alert. Pay attention to the scores here. I'm leaning strongly one way or the other on the over/under.
Okay. All right. Jeff, giving hints. Got some Weller Special Reserve in this here glass.
Yeah, save me a bottle of that, bro.
It's locked up.
Sean, I was telling him I have not seen a bottle of Weller in Orlando, in a liquor store. Have not seen one, ever.
It's like usually available at Tiffin.
What the fuck? I mean, if I see Eagle Rare, I'm like, oh shit, they got a couple bottles. They have like 2.
Nice.
God,
What are you charging for the Eagle?
the
110?
bottle I just picked up 65.
Oh, that's all right. That's good. That
Yeah.
shit used to be over $100, man. I remember that. Just
Good. They had 1 bottle left when I grabbed it. He's like 65, last bottle. I'm like, give it here.
Nice.
Nice. The Eagle's one of the all-time greats. Yeah. So we got some more questions for the chat. I'm going to pop them in there. We're going to get to every single score prediction and every comment and question in the chat. So please stick with us. We're going a hard 90 minutes tonight. That's what she said.
I did last
Texas
night.
wall to wall. Let's talk about it. Let's dig in. Noon on Fox.
Ugh.
This is going to be a banger. Clearly. So you got Steve Sarkisian coming in, 5th year. Hard to believe it's 5 years already of the Sark in Austin.
Sobriety.
38. Yeah, it's a hell of a drug. 38-17 is his record in Texas. You believe that? That doesn't sound very impressive.
17 L's. No.
That first couple of years.
Cleaning up the
Not
mess
great.
left from who was right before him? Muschamp? I don't know.
Herman?
I don't remember.
Herman or
Herm-
Charlie
was-
Strong?
I don't remember the order.
I thought it was Strong, then Herman.
They had 4 guys shit the bed in a row. I don't know.
Weren't they trying to get Mac
Clearly.
Brown back?
No, they never. They should have. That would have been smart. He could have rallied the troops.
Sure.
But yeah, they had 4 guys that are basically the same guy in a row. So, anyways, Shoe's going to be rocking. I don't give a shit if it's noon or 10 p.m. Shoe's going to be rocking. A lot of horns down. You're going to see a lot of horns down. Hopefully, we don't get fined.
That's a. Oh God!
I thought you're allowed to do that now.
I'm just joking. I don't think.
And they're not allowed to in conference.
Oh, the SEC doesn't allow that?
Well,
that is so SEC of the SEC to be so
the Big 12
sensitive.
made a rule, and then when the Big 12 had that rule for Texas, and then when Texas came to SEC, they said, "Hey, we have this rule with the Big 12. We kind of like it. Don't make fun of our horns."
Yeah, that's perfect. Actually, I'm not surprised one bit.
Yeah. Wait till they go down to the fucking farm and what's that state? Mississippi State. What do they call that place? Something Vegas. What the fuck's the name of that town? Stark Vegas.
Yeah.
Those boys are ringing cowbells. They're going horns down for sure. Those fucking hillbillies are crazy.
Or the SIP. The SIP will bring it.
Yeah. Oh, man.
The Grove.
So, yeah, Texas went 4-0 on the road last year. This is their second trip to Columbus all time.
Ugh.
They won in 2005, 25.
Ryan Hamby.
Yep, Hamby dropped a would-be go-ahead score for the win. Anyways, doesn't matter. Both these teams are playoff caliber, playoff contenders. These guys are. We travel in the same circles in recruiting. You're gonna see a lot of names on their roster that we've recruited. They're going to see some of their guys they recruited on our roster. It's a little, kind of circle jerk of recruiting. But this is the opportunity for both teams. It's the same opportunity to set the tone for the season and prove that you're ready to be one of the best teams in the country. But for the Buckeyes, hey, you beat one of the best, probably the best team in the SEC. That's a huge feather in your cap in week 1. I don't think that should be underrated, guys.
And I don't think there's a debate about number 1 team in the SEC.
Right? Is Georgia better? I don't know.
With their fucking quarterback, no.
Watch
Bama?
out for Georgia.
Is Alabama better?
I'm just saying because of the quarterback. I mean,
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying there's a clear distinction.
There seems to be a hierarchy now in the SEC, right?
Yeah.
What? And you're saying that goes what? Texas, Georgia, Bama?
Yep. Pretty much.
No.
Who are you flipping? Georgia, Bama?
Oh, Joe, I'm not saying.
Are we talking about this year? Are we talking about like programs? Like Texas
Right
is
now.
a better program than Georgia, or I don't
This year.
feel.
I'm saying this year, going into the season, I mean, Texas is ranked number 1. I'm looking at polls here.
They are because of the Arch Manning hype.
Sure. But I don't think it's all because of that. They actually are pretty
It's
low.
not, of course.
They have more talent. Going into this year, Texas is the best looking team. Georgia's the second. Bama's the third. Now, if you say last decade, I'm going Georgia. If you say last 20 years, it's Bama. It's just flipped, So like, however you want, yeah. But
Okay. Well, how about this? Blue chip ratio. What's that do for you? Does that mean anything? Because let me talk about the blue chip ratio real quick. I'm not going to spend a lot of time. So the champions and their blue chip ratios at the time they won the champions, Ohio State 90% last year. 2024 Ohio State 90% blue chip. Now 2023 Michigan 54%. Not that great. That's pretty low. That was 2023. 2022 Georgia 77%. 2021 Georgia 80%. 2020 Bama 83%. So you see where I'm going here. if you're a realistic, talent-rich team with a high blue chip ratio, most likely you're winning the national championship. Like right now, Ohio State
Not
and
really,
Alabama.
because there's 10 more teams that got really high blue chip ratios, or at least five, and they can't all win it.
Right. Okay. So this year's blue chip ratio for 2025, Ohio State and Bama tied for first with 89%. Georgia 84. Texas 78.
I can't believe they're that far behind.
They're seventh behind Oregon, A&M, Georgia.
Or Oregon. Really.
They're right there with LSU at 73. Notre Dame at 73.
But to me, all that means is once you get to a certain level, you've got the playmakers that do it. Because even if you got 90% blue chippers, that doesn't mean you can't play all 90% of those kids anyway. Or you can't play them all anyway. They're kids that are on your bench.
But it's about stocking the talent, right? It
was, and it's about recruiting and trying to keep kids. But NIL's changed that.
To a degree, and the portal, of course, yes.
And that's where I think we're getting where those numbers are going to start being more irrelevant. Where we get a Max Clare who probably isn't a blue chipper out of high school because he went to Purdue, and now he's like one of the top dudes in the country at his position. So I mean, he's playing at least a 4-star level.
So here's the blue chip ratio, including transfers, Sean. Ohio State, number 1, 82%. Bama, 78%. Georgia, 77%. Texas, down here at 72%. They're 5th. So it's not far off, like from the recruiting blue chip rankings and the transfer included blue chip rankings. The best teams are going to remain the best teams. They're not going to fall off because of the portal. We're not going to dip from number 1 to number 10 or something, crazy. So I get your point, though. Max Clare is a huge addition. I agree 100%. And
and he doesn't affect our blue chip ratio because he wasn't a blue chipper.
The initial blue chip, no, for just recruiting. But this 82%, including transfers, yes, he definitely does.
Why would? Well, you're saying he was a blue chip transfer. He wasn't a blue chip high school kid, but they're counting him as a blue chip transfer? Like, that's the thing? I thought they'd just say, well, hey, he wasn't, even though he transferred to a different school, he wasn't a blue chip coming out of high school.
These are using the transfer ratings. So 24/7 has transfer ratings. So when a guy enters the portal, they rank him, right? Or they rate him, whatever.
So if you're a blue chip on that rating system. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
So Max Clare, definitely a blue chip, for example. Okay, so let's move along from that digression. Like I said, these teams are top 5 in their recruiting classes for years and years. Texas, 13-3 last year, lost to the SEC champs, but Georgia didn't do so well in the playoffs. Now, Texas has 4 returning starters on offense. 4. Keep that in mind. 7 on defense. I don't know if that helps. I don't know if that's a good thing or not on defense. So let's get in here. You guys want to talk about Arch Manning, what you think about him, what you know about him, just from all the hype? Jeff? Okay, Jeff. They don't call him the best color man in the business for nothing. Henry, do you have any info on Mr. Arch Manning?
I like the kid. I think he's good. I think he's handled this hype as well as anyone could for who he is and what's kind of been thrust on him. It's almost like, I haven't seen anything like this since like LeBron James, being anointed king. And no, I think he's done a I think he's done a great job with it, and I think he's got all the tools as well. I think he can run. I think he can throw. I think he's going to be playing on Sundays like his uncles did. Um, I kind of even root for the kid because I've only ever seen good things out of him. Just not this next weekend.
Okay. So you're a bit of a fan, it sounds like.
I'm not a hater.
Okay. Let's see if Jeff is back. Jeff, you're not muted. I can't hear you. Anyway, we'll keep plugging along. All right. So leading it off, the quarterback, Arch Manning. He's the leader. Former number 1 recruit. He looked, I guess you could say he looked sharp. Looked good in 2024 in 2 starts. He also got some other time against teams like UTSA. He started against Mississippi State and UL Monroe. So not exactly the gauntlet of the SEC. He had almost 1,000 yards passing. He likes to throw the deep ball. He also ran for over 100 yards, so that's something to keep in mind. He's a run threat. So, again, I'll mention your preseason Heisman favorite, if that matters to you, not me. So he adds that mobility, so he can run zone read and shit like that. And one stat I found really interesting, Sean, I want your comments on this. So last year, even with Quinn Ewers and a pretty good offense, like they had good receivers, Golden and those guys, and Wisner and Blue, the other running back, they only scored touchdowns on 64% of their trips into the red zone last year with that offense and that O-line. Is that surprising to you?
What's the going rate on that? I mean, the Buckeyes, I think were crazy good, weren't they? Like off the charts good last year.
Yeah, I can get you some kind of numbers there, but
I would think you'd want that up over 80, right?
I would say inside the 20 to punch it in. Yeah, you're going to settle for some field goals here and there, right?
Yeah, even some. Yeah, I mean, scoring you should be up around 90 plus. I would think
Right.
touchdown 80 plus. That might be I feel like that's what a good team's gonna do.
Yeah. So this is touchdowns and field goals. I don't know if I can find just touchdowns. Let's go. Yeah, the Buckeyes were at 3.4 touchdowns per game from the red zone.
Well,
That's touchdowns.
a couple of those percentages came in the playoff game.
Yeah. There you go. Exactly. So, yeah. I can't find just touchdowns only. So, anyways, it doesn't matter. I don't recall kicking a lot of field goals in the fucking red zone. Anyways, 64% does not sound great for that Texas offense that was pretty much loaded on offense. They had the senior tight end Helm. He was a stud. Golden, who was the other receiver they had that went on to the NFL, and then Blue is gone. Wisner's back, but yeah. So 64%, they need to improve on that. I'm not sure they can get it done here in Columbus. But moving on to the running backs. So Tre Wisner, whatever we're going to call him, he was all SEC in 2024. He had over 1,000 yards. They also have CJ Baxter returning. He was out all of last year. I believe it was a knee injury early in the season. So this backfield is pretty deep. And if you recall the Buckeye game back in the playoffs in January, the pass game by the running backs is really what did in the Buckeyes and really put up points on us. Those wheel routes and swing passes, not the run game itself. They did. I have the stats right here actually. Running the ball, they did not do shit against us. I want to say like 70 yards rushing as a team. 1 second, I got it right here. Rushing 50.
Damn.
97, my bad. 97 yards on 29 attempts. So not a great average there. But the passing game by those running backs was key. If you remember, Sonny Styles got toasted on a little wheel route, and then there was another play where it was just a broken defensive play. It looked like Tyleek was supposed to drop in coverage or something. I don't know. Maybe a safety was supposed to help out, and he was late. Clearly,
Keep Tyleek out of coverage as much as possible.
No. Yeah, that's probably a Jim Knowles special right there. So, yeah. Jeff, we keep adding you back in here. Anyway. So, yeah. Again, a deep backfield. I don't know what to expect from CJ Baxter. I don't know what this guy can give you. He's a little bigger than Wisner. He's like up around 225, so maybe a little more of a hammer, short yardage guy. But Wisner is the real deal. You're going to have to respect him. And the real issue, though, is this Texas offensive line, man. They lost left tackle, 2 guards, and a center. That's 4 out of 5 in my math. So they had to do some shuffling, and then they lost what they thought was going to be their starting right tackle, Kojo. They lost him, so that forces Brandon Baker, yes, another former Buckeye heavy recruit, thrust into the starting lineup at right tackle as a sophomore, I believe, second-year guy. So I don't know, Henry. How do you feel about a line? Just take the teams, take the logos off the helmets. How do you feel about a team going into their first game against a talent equal team where they have to replace 4 O linemen?
It's a good thing that Arch can move back there. I think, that's a tough spot for him to be in, and I hope that we apply maximum pressure to knowing that. But I don't doubt the talent of these kids. I guarantee they're all high quality kids, and there'll be 1 or 2 guys in that O line that are among the best in the country that you don't even know their name yet.
Yeah. Right. They do have a couple seniors actually, but the guys haven't had a ton of playing time. I went through all of their PFF grades from last year and the pressures they allowed and all that. This O-line's really good from a pressure point of view, but the inexperience is where I would be very concerned, especially left tackle, right tackle, left guard. The center's a senior. He's a returning guy. Cole Hudson. What did he play here? 16 games he started, or didn't start, but he played in 16 last year. But his blocking grades are not great. I'm talking like a 60 pass blocking grade out of 100. Not good. He allowed 6 pressures, and he didn't play every snap either. So I'd be concerned about that center. Left tackle, we got Gooseby here. He's a sophomore, but he's 6'7", 314. He played about 320 snaps last year. A good pass blocking grade at 80. That's really good. But run blocking at 61. So he's allowed 5 pressures last year, but he only played in, about 8 games. Didn't even play against us in the playoffs. So these guys need I'm hearing myself talk to myself.
I was hearing you too. Now it's gone.
Jeff. Cocksucker. So these guys need guys with minimal experience to step up into starter roles against, I don't know, is it fair to call this an NFL defensive line, Sean? For the Buckeyes?
I don't think it's fair to call it that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, potentially, yes.
Okay.
I haven't said that. Nobody's put enough out there to say that yet. Yes, it should be, but there's nothing out there right now. There's not enough out there right now, to me, on anybody on that D line.
Okay. All right.
Expecting 3 or 4 of them, but that's my expectation. That ain't what I've seen yet.
Okay. Caden McDonald, Edric Houston in the middle, Kenyatta Jackson, and who knows? It could be Bo Atkinson out there at the other end position. This is going to be a baptism by fire for this Texas offensive line. I'm telling you. This could be a big problem. Brandon Baker, I know he was a big, huge recruit. He's got like 50 snaps under his belt in college football. I know they practice against their ones. They go against their ones on D-line at Texas and all that. But this ain't practice, you know. This is week 1, real season, real shit. And some of these other guys don't have a ton of experience, man. They say they've had good springs. Okay, great. I would expect a coach to say nothing less. You know?
That's why I think, who's it going to be? Sonny or Caleb Downs basically spying Manning? Because I feel like we probably, if what you're saying is true, and we got some get off on the ends, I think they could get downfield, and Arch wants to slip through there and tuck the ball and run. We're going to need someone on that.
Yeah, this right guard.
Throw some pro shit at him, Patricia.
Oh, that's coming. If anybody's going to be creative, I would hope it'd be Matt Patricia. So looking back at the Ohio State game in January, DJ Campbell, he's going to be the starting right guard. He played 36 snaps against us. He allowed 3 pressures. Those were 3 QB hurries. So, not a great day for him. He's not a great run blocker or pass blocker. So, I'm just going down this line of the projected starting O-line for Texas. I'd be very concerned for them. Left guard too. I mean, and then the center, Hudson, he's okay.
And you got to remember, you were alluding to it before, but with our last year, you were saying we were getting all the pass rush, even bringing 4.
Yeah.
Tumalo and Sawyer were playing out of their minds the best football that they played while they were at Ohio State during that little run there.
Yeah.
And I think that's in these guys, but I don't expect that right out of the gate.
Right. And I'll see the other side of it too. The Buckeyes are replacing their entire D-line. I get that. But these guys have experience. Kenyatta Jackson is not a fucking sophomore. Caden Curry, Bo Atkinson.
Yeah, they're dudes.
They've been in games. They've gotten significant snaps. So it's not like these guys are inexperienced, which is the big difference with the Texas O-line. So I'm giving the Buckeyes the lean here if we're going O-line versus D-line.
Horse's ass.
What's that?
There's Jeff.
I don't know. Keep hearing things occasionally.
Jeff, you got your foot up a horse's ass? Is that?
Probably a headset issue, I'm guessing. If you keep reconnecting and we still can't hear you, it's probably your headset.
I'm sure he's tried that.
Okay. Anyway, so the Buckeyes need to generate pressure without having to blitz too much. That's my point here, as we're talking about this O-line versus D-line shit. And like I talked about earlier, the thing I noticed very obviously throughout that Texas game, especially later in the second half, the Buckeye D-line, they were getting pressure on Quinn Ewers without blitzing. That's huge. That's fucking huge. I don't care how fleet of foot Arch Manning is. If they can continuously get pressure and contain him within a kind of a compressed pocket, you're just cutting down on his options. You know,
But like you said, it's all new dudes on both sides of the ball. All new dudes. All of them.
Yeah. I like the experience on Ohio State's defensive line, personally. But so if Kenyatta and the rest of the pass rushers can get some pressure on Manning, then it's gonna change the game big time. They're gonna probably bring in some sub packages, maybe try some different fronts if things aren't looking great, or even if they are working great. You know, Matt Patricia throws an extra, D end out there. They go with the Rushman package with 3 D ends or something crazy. Who knows? But I think Texas is probably going to bring out a balanced attack of like a 50-50 split almost, of pass to run. They want to, they're coming into a hostile environment, even though it's a daytime. They want to try and run the ball, establish the line of scrimmage, I'm sure, and try and knock the D-line off the ball and see if they can get anything going there. And the occasional pass play. So we'll see there. Anything else on the offense you want to talk about, Sean, for Texas?
They got a couple decent receivers, right? I mean, they're number one. They're projected to, they're not ranked number one because they don't got studs everywhere. Is it all based on Arch Manning?
But yeah, I mean, they got Ryan Wingo. He's a former 5-star receiver. He's a speedster, 6'2", 214.
I feel like I remember that name.
Yeah, he had about 500 yards receiving last year. DeAndre Moore. So Wingo's number 1. DeAndre Moore is number 0, 6 foot 195. Same deal there. He had about 55 receptions last year, about 500 yards receiving. But again, these guys were not the full-time starters. You had Golden and the other dude starting. Plus, now they got a true freshman, Kalik Lockett. He was a high 4-star. Buckeyes were after. Thought we were in on. Thought we had him at 6'2", 185. He'll probably get in there. So those are your receivers. Tight end. They used to use the tight end quite a bit with Helm when they had Helm in there last year, and Quinn Ewers liked him. But now they got a transfer from Cal, Jack Endries, 6'4", 240. He had over 1,000 yards in 2 years combined at Cal. So those are kind of your receiving weapons. Again, Wingo is the speedster. They will use him in the run game, probably like a speed option or a jet motion option kind of thing. So that's one person to keep an eye on wide receiver number 1.
So it'll be good, man. Good on good.
Yep. Yeah, I see. We got a Texas fan popping in the chat, so sounds good. All right, keep it clean, and there will be no problems. Anyway, anything else on the offense? I think we see. I mean, first time starting quarterback. Yes, he started 2 shitty games last year. He does bring a dual threat capability and a big arm. So look for the deep ball and look for him to scamper and get out of harm's way when he can. So that puts a lot of pressure on the linebackers, safeties, everybody really on the back seven. Yeah, and again, can you get through this Texas offensive line? That's the big thing. If they can't establish the run, then it turns into the Arch Manning show, and I don't know. If you can pin your ears back as a defensive end, and the secondary can squat in coverage, I think that making an offense one-dimensional is definitely a good thing for the Buckeyes. Oh boy, Jeff keeps trying to come back in and stuck in here. It's crazy.
I know. I wonder if he can hear us this whole time.
Probably. But let's keep it moving. So defensive wise, this Texas defense was one of the best in the country, right next to us. In 2024, they allowed 11.6 points per game in the regular season. Secondary only allowed 4 passing touchdowns all year. That's impressive. Now, they did have 5 starters drafted, but, they reloaded a little bit here. They have depth. They lost 2 of their defensive backs to the NFL, so that would be an area you could exploit possibly. But the front 7 or front 6, whatever they're running, 4-2, 4-2-5 probably, should be their strength. The D-line especially. They got a superstar in a sophomore edge, Colin Simmons. That guy's a monster. If you haven't heard about him yet, I don't know what you're watching. Yeah. Probably one of the best in the country, right? As a freshman. Right?
Trying to wait on Jeff to get in there.
Hey, he was in there.
Wow.
Got a little shaky shake.
Anthony Hill.
Hey.
There you go. We were talking Colin Simmons first. Oh, the middle linebacker?
Yes.
Okay. They do kind of project Anthony Hill Jr. as a first-round draft pick next season. Quarterback of the defense. He's excellent in coverage. He also can blitz the quarterback, so this guy's a do-it-all kind of guy. So, yeah, I agree. Anthony Hill is a dude to be reckoned with. You got to work around him, I guess. He's one of those guys, just like Colin Simmons. You gotta know where they're at when you line up against them, right?
Yeah, they're
Get our
forced.
guards to be able to release and get the field.
Okay.
Let's see if their D tackles can occupy our center and guards without us being able to get to the second level to get on the.
Yeah, see, that's what I wanted to talk about.
Run game's going to be.
Yeah. Run game is going to be important. The D tackles is the area I wanted to focus on right now because they brought in 5 transfer D tackles. So, Sean, if you happen to be a D tackle in the transfer portal, they might have called you.
I heard they got one of our guys.
Yeah, they did. They got 5 hero canoes. So they got what do we got here? We got a guy from Purdue / Penn State. We got a guy from Syracuse. We got a guy from UNC. They got a guy from Maryland. They got Hero Canoe from Ohio State. So these guys are all competing to get in that rotation. I have no fucking idea right now who's starting. I'm not sure Texas knows who's starting at D tackle. So I'm not saying these guys suck.
But if those are all warm bodies that are now on the team, now you're not one injury away from devastation.
Right. Well, they lost their best D tackles, so they're really just bringing in warm bodies, like you said, to fill this role. And I don't know if there's.
I wish we had a couple. I wish Hero wouldn't have left.
Yeah, he wasn't going to start anyways.
Depth.
Depth, yes.
Experience. He had experience. He would have had depth.
Yep. I think that's the case with all these guys they brought in. These guys were not starters, I don't think.
Right.
Even if they were starters at Maryland or Syracuse.
So UNC, we each got a guy from UNC. UNC lost with 2 best defensive linemen.
Seems that way.
That hurts.
While bringing in Bill Belichick as their head coach.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
20-year-olds don't give a fuck about Bill Belichick.
Apparently. So anyways, I wanted to focus on the middle of that D-line because clearly the edges, they got locked down. I mean, with Colin Simmons and then the other guy opposite of him, Ethan Burke, he's a senior, so he's got experience, and he's solid. I have no problem. So the middle of that D-line is where you're going to possibly have some luck. And then you got to work around the linebackers too. Anthony Hill Jr. we talked about, first-round draft pick. Then you got weak side backer, son of a bitch. Trey Moore, 6'3", 245. He is a transfer from UTSA. He did play at Texas last year, but 6.5 sacks, 4 TFLs at Texas last year. But Anthony Hill is their guy in the middle. Now the secondary is another area I want to expose. I wanted to be the first to expose it before the Buckeyes expose it because I see some areas of weakness here. They do return some experience at corner. Yes, experience. But experience is not always a good thing, Sean. Malik Muhammad, Jalen Gilbert, both 6 foot athletic corners that are going to play in the NFL. But behind them, you also got sophomore Kobe Black. And you got Jelani McDonald, which will probably be their nickel. So we'll see how everything shakes out here. I'm sorry?
I said I see it was on Mr. Black.
Yeah, Black was a bad motherfucker. We wanted him in recruiting. Yeah, we wanted him big time. So
and I'm sure they're seeing our names. They're probably good.
Yeah, you're right. We run in the same circles, our recruiters. Yeah, we're overlapping a lot.
Our bag men.
Yeah, right. Pretty much. Is your bag bigger than mine? Excuse me, sir. Excuse me while I whip this out. Woo!
Wendy's.
Hot and juicy redhead. So Jelani McDonald, this is my first fish of the day. He's your slot corner. 6'2", 204. Good size. Got the length and some strength. But I'm concerned about his coverage ability. He didn't play a lot in the slot last year. He played mostly free safety, a little bit of slot. But then you got Jalen Gilbert, which was their slot last year. Now he's moved to outside corner, 6 foot, 183. He's in his 4th year coming in. Buckeyes worked him over a little bit. 5 targets, 5 receptions, just for 32 yards, though. Nobody had a big day against him in the playoff game. But overall, the entire season, Gilbert, his coverage grade was a 66.6. That's 3 sixes in a row, Sean.
I don't love
How do
that.
you feel about that?
I
You
hate
like
it.
that?
I don't.
No, I didn't think so. Mark of the devil. So anyway,
Jesus Crystal.
that's right. Enter Sandman. So yeah, Gilbo, I would say, is probably one of your weak spots. Malik Muhammad is their best corner. He has a 71.8 coverage grade last year and did pretty well against us. 2 catches on 5 targets. So Malik Muhammad, he's number 5. Gilbo, number 3. McDonald, the slot corner, at number 4. So that's their jersey numbers in case you want to watch where they line up. Now, one thing you got to remember is, so last year Gilbo was the worst corner. He was the fish that we targeted. And if you remember, I got the numbers right here actually. Carnell Tate had almost a career day. Emeka had a great day. Here we go. Not great. Sorry. Carnell Tate, though, 7 catches, 87 yards, because if you remember, they bracketed Jeremiah. Sometimes they ran a triangle defense around Jeremiah. But Carnell had 7 catches, 87 yards. Dropped a touchdown on that slant. I just saw it a few minutes ago. Emeka, 5 catches, 51. He had a couple key first down catches. So those are important to remember. And then talking about how they're going to cover Jeremiah with the brackets. So expect 2 or 3 defenders on him on every snap. They'll do a corner or a nickel, plus sometimes 2 safeties. So they make sure that he's covered short and deep all the time. Cloud coverage, safety help deep. Corner takes away the short routes, all that shit. So we even saw a triangle thing with a linebacker and a corner up close to the line of scrimmage and safety deep. So I expect them to take away Jeremiah again, and it's up to the other guys to feast on these corners.
I don't know if they can afford to, though.
Texas?
Yeah, I mean, their strongest, well, their 2 best players, the end and the linebacker, but then these corners are projected, like you said, these are going to be Sunday players, and I feel like, not that you don't double and always have some help shaded towards Jeremiah, but if you're going to have that much over there, there's too many other things that Ohio State will kill you with.
Yeah.
I mean,
yep.
My take.
I agree 100%. It's just a matter, can you make them pay?
And they did. They shut him down last time.
Yep.
And
3 yards. He had 1 catch for 3 yards. So, is Jeff back with us? No. All right. So, keys to victory. Let's talk about the keys to victory, Sean. On offense, I think the Buckeyes need a fast start, clean quarterback play. The kid cannot make this moment too big. And I guess it's really, can Sayin outplay Arch Manning? It doesn't have to be that way, but I think that's kind of what I'm looking at. What do you think?
well, it is. It's going to be all about Julian Sayin, and I trust the coaches will put together the right game plan to, again, keep his confidence and keep him upright. And I think it's going to be a pretty balanced attack. And I think for him to have a good day, we need to also have established the run. I don't feel like you should put it on his shoulders game 1, and it's all on you to win this game for us. So I hope we can have a balanced attack, but obviously it's on Sayin. I mean, all eyes on him. I mean, getting into microscopes. I mean, can there even be another one? It's like, all right, kid, everyone's watching you.
Yeah. Game 1, I think you're kind of like everybody's microscope. But before we get to that, I got to say, I think these three Ohio State receivers, we're talking Buckeye offense first. I want to talk about some other keys to the game. But this Buckeye offense first, man. I don't know how the Texas secondary holds down these three Buckeye receivers. I'm not seeing it. I just watched them play, like the safeties and two of the corners. I'm not seeing it, man. I don't know how they're going to stop Carnell Tate and Brandon Ennis. Okay, you want to focus 2 or 3 guys on Jeremiah? Go right ahead.
Right.
I don't think Carnell's going to drop another touchdown pass like he did.
Carnell Tate is an absolute beast, and we're all about to see what Brandon Ennis can be.
Yeah. I think Brandon Ennis can work over a 6'2", 205-pound slot corner pretty easily. And then you got Max Clare. That's the real focal point I wanted to talk about. You want to put a linebacker on him? Go ahead. You want to put a slot corner on him? Go ahead. He has destroyed Big Ten linebackers and safeties in his career. So he could be, honestly, you take away the receivers, he could have a hell of a fucking day, in my opinion.
It'll be interesting to see how we use him.
Yep. There's just too many weapons, Sean. I see too many weapons here. If Sayin can distribute, he's a quick processor. We've talked about that. He's a quick decision maker. Gets the ball out fast. Knows where he's going with it. He makes the throws in tight windows. If he is just pedestrian, I don't know how we don't score points. I don't see it. Like
You love the points.
Brian Hartline going to hold us back?
I don't know. It's a lot of question marks.
I'm not seeing it, man. I'm not seeing it from a Texas point of view. I'm trying to be objective here. And Brian Hartline, yeah, he needs to learn how to call plays, and he needs to learn how to sequence plays and construct a drive, not just, oh, I like this play, bing. No, that's all done during the week in practice. The play sequencing in game, adjusting by like down and distance, and making the correct calls, that's the key. That's what he has to learn in game. You can do that in practice to a degree, but it's not the same, right?
Well, I think that was part of the thing last year, though. I think he's got a lot of on-the-job training with that.
Yeah, I'm sure Chip was a hell of a fucking teach for him. So I think you're going to see some tempo. You might see some misdirection, and you're going to see some RPOs. I think this offense is going to mix it up. And if we can move the ball on this Texas D-line and linebackers, the secondary's in big trouble. So, anyway, O-line, you got any questions on the Buckeye O-line?
I went from being really skeptical about the O-line to I'm kind of excited to see how they do. I think this might be a good unit that plays with a little bit of nastiness, and they're going to need to.
Okay. I think they got it. The question is who's starting at right tackle? Phillip Daniels, the transfer from Minnesota, or Ethan Onyanwa, the big left tackle?
Everyone had him in as our next left tackle, and
right. I'm
now
guilty
he's
of that.
battling for a spot.
Yeah, and now Daniels has really shown up. He's had a hell of a camp. I think maybe that's a lot of I don't want to say sunshine pumping, but maybe coaches pushing the kid. by talking about him a lot in the press conferences. So I'm not sure Daniels is your starter if Onion was coming into his 4th or 5th year. So, anyways, O-line needs to create some holes, get that running game going. On defense, Sean, what do you think about this Buckeye D-line versus the O-line of Texas? I know we touched on it a little, but Texas is much less experienced. The Buckeyes are going to need a big performance by this D-line, like I talked about earlier, getting pressure without blitzing.
And it can be there. We talked about it earlier, and I'm like, hey, it's still a question mark. But I've been high on Jackson and Curry for years now. And I was so surprised that they both stayed after JT and Jack came back. I'm like, oh, man, these guys have been waiting. And now they're kind of getting, nope, you're back up again.
Right.
Not that they both got considerable playing time, but when they're out there, which was limited, you noticed them. I feel like they played their asses off when they were out there, and I can't wait to see what they can do in starting roles, or the Atkinson dude, but specifically Curry and Jackson. I can't wait to see what these guys do in full-time roles.
Well, I got breaking news here. According to Pete Thamel, some like to call him Pete Thamel, 11 minutes ago, Bryce Underwood emerging as starting quarterback for the Cheaters.
That's already been known for since they gave him the $10 million.
Looks like they're set to name him as the starter. So, anyways, let's keep it positive here. Jeff, are you there? Hello. Oh, damn it. All right. So, players to watch for the Buckeyes down in that D line: Edric Houston, Caden McDonald. These are the anchors.
Is he fully healthy? That
Who?
first day of camp.
Oh yeah.
Houston.
Yeah, he's back. He's straight. So that's going to solidify our run defense. Now, who comes in after those guys to add depth? I have no fucking idea, man.
Exactly. That's why when you said Texas brought in all those dudes, I wouldn't have minded if we would have brought in a couple.
Yeah, well, when they took them all, there was nothing left. They emptied the fucking cabinets. So, can they pressure Arch Manning? Maybe force him into some mistakes? Take that, yes. Sign me up. But so let's get into our score predictions here first. Jeff, you got to get in here for the score predictions, man. And we still got a bunch of comments to get into. We got a shitload of comments. We got Texas fans in here. I got to talk to them. So keep it locked here. And fucking Instagram just shit itself. We're no longer on Instagram Live. I don't know what to do. Anyways. Jeff, reconnect yourself. So the Buckeyes are favored by 2 at home. I've seen different lines kind of fluctuate. I saw
1.5.
A 1.5 earlier. I saw 2.5 the other day. Over under of 48. We're going to stick with that. So yeah, Henry, let's start with you, and hopefully Jeff can get on here.
Going against my better judgment, I feel like, but I talked myself into the Buckeyes coming away with this victory. If they lose, I'm not going to be, if it's a close game and they lose, I'm not going to beat myself up about it on this. Again, I feel like that's why you schedule a game like this. High stakes, high reward. But it doesn't end your season. But no, I like where we're at. I got Buckeyes 31-24.
Oh, wow. All right. I like that. Jeff, are you there? No. Come on, man. We need score prediction. Text it to me or something. Man. All right. So I'm going to go back to what I said earlier this week. I feel a low-scoring affair is in full effect. I think these two defenses are good, and with two relatively young quarterbacks, and I don't know. I don't see one team getting off and blowing up. I don't see a lot of big plays. There's too many athletes on both sides of the ball. So I'm going 2013. I think the Buckeyes grind it out. We get we take it into the fourth quarter, take them into deep waters like we do when talent is equated. We take this team into deep waters and we pull away, maybe with a late field goal. Maybe it's 17-13 going late into the fourth. Kick a nail, a kind of a final coffin, a nail in the coffin, whatever. 20-13 is where I'm going in a low-scoring affair. I wouldn't be surprised if it's lower than that. So I'm going under for sure. Jeff is gone. Oh, here we go. I got a text message. Check the fucking chat. All right. Jeff's cussing. Jeff's angry. And he's back.
There he is.
One more time.
Fuck this technology shit. We need a producer that
right.
can get the shit right.
That's right. Jeff, final score prediction. What do you got?
26-23 Buckeyes.
Ooh, okay. How you see that going?
We end up with more points than them.
All right.
I mean, I think Texas comes back on us. And then I think it's Texas with the ball, and we come up with a stop. Caleb Downs knocks a pass down or something. We get a sack on, fucking Manning. So, yeah, I think they're driving and we stop them.
All right. I like it. All right, let's go microscopes. Jeff, let's start with you since you got a good connection.
Caleb Downs.
Offense.
What? Okay, offense. Max Clare.
Ooh.
Max Clare leads the Buckeyes in receptions next Saturday.
He was listening, Sean.
The whole goddamn time I was listening. You check the chat. I've been feeding you all my shit the whole time. Anyways, Max Clare, I think, like you said, with all the bracketing over Jeremiah, they're going to limit him because they're going to make sure they limit him. I think Max Clare I think that just leaves him wide open on a linebacker. Maybe we can get Anthony Hill out there in coverage on him because he's probably the best running linebacker. Max Clare leads the team in receptions.
All right. Oh, don't forget, we have our top fan board coming up at the end of the show. We'll give you our top fans on the YouTube channel, who's been listening, who's been interacting with the chat and everything. So, we got an interesting list this time. A little different. Anyways, okay, Jeff has Max Clare, Caleb Downs. Sean, what do you got?
I'll go with Julian Sayin, as mentioned earlier.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
The quarterback picks. Fuck's sakes.
Yeah. I thought we outlawed that years ago.
You're the biggest culprit.
Me?
That's
Yeah,
right.
you.
I'm a big quarterback guy.
And
You outlawed it and then picked quarterback. I remember, Jeff.
I would never
was
do
there.
something like that.
Yeah.
Regardless, it's Sayin. This whole thing's going to be around Sayin, I think. And if he performs adequately, Joe, and we can take advantage of that secondary, then I don't know why you think we can only score 13 points. But, yeah, I got Julian Sayin.
It was 20, actually. So,
Hey, real quick, boys. I got something. Look at this. Look at this angle. Julian Sayin, I think, does not feel as much pressure and is able to get into the game flow earlier with it not being a night game with the pyro and the big stage and all that. I think that will help our quarterback not feel as much, not the big build up and pressure. So it being at noon, I think, is a benefit to him.
Okay. So in addition to being a home game, a day game where you don't have all day to get your nerves up.
Right.
Good. Got it. Okay. Henry, what do you got on defense? Caleb
Defense. Uh, no, Jeff already took Caleb Downs.
I know. Cocksucker.
No, I'm gonna go with Sonny. I think Sonny's gonna have to be the one that handles uh, Manning out of the backfield.
Hmm.
He's gonna have to spy him and make
Yeah.
sure he doesn't get creative. He's the type of kid that 3rd and 8, he's gonna run for 8, and
Hmm.
you got to make those stops.
Okay. I like it. He's
Add
got
to
the
that, all of our
athleticism.
linebackers can run with him. Like we have all fast linebackers that will be on the field against
Yep.
ours.
And they're 240 pounds,
Yeah.
6'4". All right. Well, for my microscopes, I'm going to go kind of off the board. You guys might not see this one coming. I'm going James Peoples, the running back. Kind of not known to insiders inside Ohio State fans, but not very much known to the country. So this could be James Peoples' coming out party. So I'm going Peoples on offense. Give me 100 yards rushing and at least one score. CJ Donaldson's a touchdown hawk, so he's gonna steal some of those short yardage things. But on defense, I got to go with my guy KJ, Kenyatta Jackson. Look for him to wreak havoc, however you want to say it. I love it when people say wreak havoc because it doesn't make sense. So wreaking havoc in the backfield, Kenyatta Jackson Jr.
That
This guy,
reeks.
he's been waiting for his fucking moment. He's been stuck behind Jack and JT. Now, we're going to see this 6'6", 260-pound monster unleashed.
On a
And he's a twitch monster. This guy is going to get off, and I think he's going to abuse the fuck out of these tackles, these offensive tackles for Texas. So, yeah.
I actually think if there's a side bet, I don't know if I said it a couple weeks ago, but I actually think this being, it's going to be such a huge game, the Manning Madness coming out party,
Yeah.
Ohio State hyped up. I feel like there's a Buckeye's going to get ejected from this game
Yeah. Ejected. Wow. For what?
for a late hit on Manning.
Now I'll accept that. If they take him out of the game, he has to be carted off the field in order for me to accept that.
No, it's just no. It's probably going to be a bullshit call. They're going to say targeting, you're out.
Oh, that's stupid. All right, let's run through these comments. We got a bunch of them. We got some score predictions in here. We got some Texas fans. I see my guy Johnny C hanging out. Sage says hello, cast. What's up, Sage? I know it's fall when I can smell sage. Sage says, are you ready for some football? Yes. Last weekend did not count in my book. K-State and Iowa State in Dublin, Ireland does not work for me. Billy says, hello, gentlemen. Or hey, gentlemen. What's up, Billy? Good to see you, as always. Don't forget, we're gonna run down our top 5 fans at the end. And you become a top fan on YouTube by how you interact, comment. Another good way is super chats. Hey, go nuts. Sage says hello. Billy says hello. Johnny C says go for it, guys. Yeah, we went for it, Johnny, and we did it. Billy says having Will as a runner was critical at times. Yes, I agree. That's one thing that Sayin might not bring to the table initially is that willing runner. Sage says, unless the offense isn't moving with Sayin, I see Keenholz only getting mop-up duty against Texas. Day needs to see consistency. Fair point. What do you guys think about that?
No, I think before the decision was even made on the starter, I think there was a package for both of them. I think they were both aware that they're both going to play prior to being named, starter and backup. I think they owe it to. I think they didn't owe it to Keenholz. I think he's earned it.
Okay.
I think to me that's all game dependent.
But
If
yeah, true. Yes,
situational,
of course.
situational.
Right.
It could be 2
Yep.
plays. It could be 9. It could
Yeah.
be one gadget.
Yep. If it gets us the fucking first down or a touchdown, yeah, sign me up. I'm all in for the Keen Holes package. That's what she said. Sage says 27-17 Buckeyes. I like it. Billy says 24-21. Good guys. Okay. A little tight one. Billy says, I'm on the West Coast. I love 9 a.m. kickoffs, except it's a little early to drink. So,
You're crazy.
yeah, I'm with Billy there. 9 a.m. I don't know.
I would
Just
actually.
rolling out of the rack.
I would like that though, man. You watch your noon game, you might be done. You got your whole day ahead of you.
But you're plastered.
Day drinking is great. I mean, I love it. That's the only thing I like about the West Coast.
But 9 a.m. day drinking? That's
So you
morning
pass out
drinking.
you pass out at 1. You wake up
Yeah.
at 5. Your night's ahead of you. It's golden.
Okay. I can get on board with that. I'm sure I've done that.
Yes, I've done it with you.
So she
Yes, you
said.
have, Joe.
Sage says 2 losses should be the limit. I agree. 2 losses and you're in the playoffs. No more.
Well, what about when they go to 16?
Same.
Well, then you might not even have 16 teams then.
Well,
Oh yeah, when it goes to 16, 3 will definitely get in.
SEC wants their 9-3s in the playoffs.
well, now that they're playing 9 conference games, I'll
More
consider
loss.
that.
It-
And Big Ten is playing 9 conference games. I'll consider that. But if the Big Ten wants to go to mandating 1 Power 5 or Power 4 game every year in addition, like the SEC is doing, then yes. Then 3 losses will definitely get you in.
I don't even feel that's valuable for us. I mean, it's a guaranteed win, but I mean, big deal. There's a lot of other cupcakes.
Oh, there's plenty of cupcakes, yeah. There's never enough cupcakes, in my opinion.
I can't remember a season we didn't have a Power 4 team outside of our 8 game conference schedule. We've always had one. Always, right?
Yeah. I don't know. What was Cincinnati back in the
We
90s?
Back
I
in
feel
the
like I feel like we played Youngstown State one time, and that was like the last time we were.
That's FCS.
That was the last FCS team. Oh no, Florida A&M. I don't know where they're at now, but
Yeah.
we always have a Power 4 team. I mean the way the schedule's written, we're gonna have one. If Bama and Georgia, stay on.
Yeah. I think the SEC and the Big Ten should both have a mandated 1 Power 4 team on your schedule every year.
Do it with each other.
Yeah, that's right. Do it with each other. Do it to yourself. Whatever feels good. Let's see. Billy says, if we win, I see us going undefeated in the regular season. Okay. What do you guys think about that?
I don't like how he said in the regular season. So he expects us to lose then.
No, he's saying if we go undefeated in or if we win this Texas game, we go undefeated for the season. He wasn't getting into the playoffs yet.
I disagree, but I mean it's a nice thought.
Okay. Johnny C, my guy. Johnny C's in Alabama. Buckeye in Alabama. He's got the Buckeyes 23-19. Another low-scoring affair. Sage says, keep Manning in the pocket. Back 7, shut down the passing lanes. I like that strategy.
Well, you're going to need some of those 7 to keep him in the pocket.
Yep. I got you, Johnny C. 24-19. Mark it down. Johnny C said, yeah, we got you. Oh, no, he changed it to 24-20. Okay. Johnny's not feeling so great about that Buckeye defense all of a sudden.
I was thinking failed 2-point conversion attempts.
Yeah, right.
To get to 19.
Billy says, thankful that Quinn Ewers transferred. Okay. Quinn Ewers slander, even post-mortem. Interesting.
Where's he playing?
Still taking bullets.
Where's
Miami, I think. Dolphins?
He was a 6th-rounder. Is that right?
Oh, I thought he was up in Saskatchewan.
I think he got picked up in the 6th round. It
Yeah.
was late. It was super late.
Remember that fucking room they were in that was all the animals? Yeah, they had it's like a hunting room. It was like they had like 500 mounted heads on the wall.
Oh, yeah, his house.
Yeah.
They love killing animals. Pretty easy when you got the gun. What happens when the animal has the gun?
No
Anyway, Sage says Ohio State was 76% touchdowns inside the 20. Yep. Goddamn right. Sage says number 1 in the country. Yep. Billy says Sonny got burned in the Cotton Bowl. He's better this year. I agree. I'm not saying that it's going to be – I know players get better. I mean, on both sides of the ball, Texas and Ohio State. I'm not saying everybody is what they were a year ago or 6 months ago. But, yeah, Sonny got roasted in that Cotton Bowl. I don't expect that to happen again. I hope that we have watched that tape multiple times.
I don't think he'll be in coverage a lot.
Well, he's a weak side backer, so he might. But regardless, whether he's covering tight end or running back, I hope they're ready for that and they have a plan. Billy says their O-line's replacing 4 starters. Our D-line's replacing 4. That's where the game is. Exactly, yes. But I like to think that our 4 replacements have more experience. Edric played throughout the playoffs last year. K-Mac played a lot of the year. Got a lot of reps. DNs, we've seen Caden Curry for 3 years. Kenyatta Jackson for 3 years. Bo Atkinson has played 3 years at UNC. So
I heard something Thursday, I think it was, about Caden Curry getting snaps in the interior as well to add depth to
that makes sense. Yeah, I like that.
There's like a lot of guys, even Atkinson has gotten looks moving in.
Yep.
Maybe he kind of leans toward that NASCAR package you talk about.
Yeah.
But I'd love to see Edric Houston, Caden Curry, Kenyatta, and Atkinson as your 4, or CJ Hicks. That's pass rushing. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
you can't do it, you can't live on it, but just to throw different shit at Arch. I keep saying, when I say Archie, he's fucking Archie. I mean Arch. So you don't want to be your Paul. Your fucking grandpa's a stud.
Manning kid.
Be Archie the third or whatever the fuck.
Cooper's kid. Anyway, yeah, I agree. Billy says Kenyatta did some damage in the playoffs. I agree. The dude's been doing it. We just haven't seen it a lot.
Impactful, yes, all the time.
Yeah. Yep. Jackson S., Texas fan checking in. What are the big question marks for the Buckeyes? I think we covered most of them. Sage says water boy. Job, Sage.
We have questions like, we legitimately, they have an offensive line question, and they're we have our quarterback question. We don't.
Yeah.
He won the job.
Questions. I mean,
yeah, sure.
Both teams.
Are our tackles going to be able to handle their edge rushing? We don't know.
Billy says QB and D line. Everywhere else is a known strength. I agree. I don't know how you could give. So if you go down position group by position group and try and assign a winner and a loser to each team, I don't know where Texas is better. Their QB has a little more experience against garbage teams.
Well, if you ask a Texas fan, they're going to say clearly head and shoulders above at quarterback. Probably they're going to say running back too, because they have experienced running backs. They're going to give us receivers. They're going to fight with us tooth and nail on the defensive backfield, which we feel very confident that we're one of maybe the best in the country. Texas has every right to say that they think they are as well. Caleb
Downs doesn't maybe cancel out 2 dudes on their defense.
She should cancel out 2 dudes. But their linebackers, we think our linebackers are better. They got Anthony Hill, probably a top 10, 15 pick.
A middle linebacker, that means you're an absolute stud.
Arvell Reese might have killed a guy. You ever seen him? He went to Glenville.
I
Maybe
can't believe
Google
how
him.
big he is. I can't believe he's almost Sonny's size.
Yeah, they're both 6'4",
I,
6'5", 240. Run like the wind.
I'm really excited to see James unleash these linebackers.
Yeah.
Peyton
So yeah,
Pierce,
I don't see other
Pettijohn.
places. Going back to Billy's point, dude, I don't see where Texas has a clear upside at a position group. Not receivers, not O-line, not D-line,
Nope.
not linebacker, not
See, well, they'll
secondary.
they'll argue both of those. They'll argue all three of those on defense.
Oh, go ahead. I don't buy
Returning
it.
7. I mean, they're returning 7 starters. I'm just saying. I'm Texas's outlook on it. They're
I
gonna
get you.
they feel we're equal on the defense.
Running backs, I don't know. Why? Why is your running backs better than ours?
They have more. I don't. Yeah.
Dude, Wisner had 1,000 yards last year. Baxter didn't even fucking play. Blue is gone.
Is
Blue's
Baxter the one
dead.
that blew his knee out?
Baxter's the one, yeah, a year
Yeah,
ago.
early in the year, before the season
He
started.
missed
Yeah.
the entire season.
Yeah.
Jackson S. for the Texas fan says no Jeremiah Smiths plural, but we got a lot of dudes in my opinion. Okay,
Well, we have a lot of dudes after
you
Jeremiah
do.
Smith.
You have Jamie French on the bench. That rhymes and it's funny. Former 5-star from Jacksonville. You got Khalil Lockett. I think he plays. I think Khalil Lockett plays probably out of the slot, but Tre Wing or Ryan Wingo, whatever the fuck his
There
name
we
is.
go.
What's he done?
Where'd that guy go?
500 yards? Anyway. Billy says everywhere else. Yeah. Ryan Sheard says this is going to be a hard game to watch. Satan versus Diablo. Okay, that's interesting. Living in Texas while being a Penn State fan, I suppose I've got to hope for an OSU win, but it's
Well, you
hard to
can
pull
fuck
for
right
a
off
group
now.
of despicable humans. Oh, wow. Despicable humans. Buddy, you said you're a Penn State fan, right?
Hey, Buzzkill, leave the party. Fuckface.
Talk about despicable humans. Has anybody seen or heard what happened in those Penn State locker rooms? Oh,
The unrivaled ones, huh? The unrivaled ones.
puke. Yeah. Billy says someone is projecting. Exactly. Nailed it once again, Billy. Billy says, I heard the D tackle they got from Syracuse is a stud. Okay. I'll believe it when I see it. Mitchell Smith. How well do we have to run the ball to win? They take pride in stopping the run with a light box and harp on the fact we don't have Tre and Q anymore. Okay? Those are fair points. But this O-line is back. This O-line, especially up the middle, is super fucking strong. Austin Saraveld at left tackle is starting. He is a hammer. He played a lot during the playoffs. And Phillip Daniels, Ethan Onyanwa, I don't care who starts at right tackle. We're going to be fine. Montgomery, Hinsman, and Tegra up the middle. That's where you're going to make your money.
I say between our three main ball carriers with multiple carries, we need to eclipse 150 on the ground.
I like that.
And I say three, meaning Bo Jackson, CJ, and
you give me 4.5 yards per carry, we win that ball game. Johnny C says, don't forget that they almost lost to Arizona State last year with their loaded roster. Fair point. I think that's fair, Jeff.
Yeah.
Sean checked out or checked in?
No, yeah, I'm here.
You checking in? All right. I mean, he's not lying. They had all they could handle with Arizona State and Mr. Scattaboo.
Well, and they lost to Georgia, right?
Yeah,
in
the SEC championship game.
You know, do
Hold
they win
Quinn
big?
Ewers.
Do they win big games?
Yeah.
What big games have they won?
Beat Clemson? Is that it? That's the list?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen much, so
What big games has Sark ever won as a head coach?
yeah, I don't know.
OC for Bama doesn't count. Stephen Cherry's in. You know he would be in.
So I mean,
Arvell
so
Reese?
that's that's a big thing though. Sark may be the what's his name from Penn State. I'm drawing the blank. Never wins a big game. Got great teams. Never wins.
They say that the Sark's first 15 offensive plays he scripts out, and if you make it past that first 15 as a team, you're golden. I don't know. I've never been impressed by the first 15 plays. They didn't do much against us. Yeah, they might have scored a touchdown or something, but you do have to continue calling the game. It's a process. It doesn't just end after 15 plays. So people talk a lot about Sark's scripting. I'm like, I'm not impressed. But anyway,
Scripting, and I don't even know what that means because what if it's 4th and 1? You're like, well,
my script says we're throwing a bomb.
Yeah.
All
that's
streets.
Hey, next play. That's play number 4. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Dumbasses. What are you doing? But Stephen Cherry says Cardinal Tate, Arvell Reese. Those are great picks in my opinion. Steven's getting his microscopes in here. And then Steven has his final score. I think this might have been the same one from last week. 40-28. Expecting a huge explosion of points all over the field. I can't get on board with that. But thank you, Steven, for reposting the stream on Twitter.
Would he go 41-28?
40-28, yeah.
Hey, I'm up there 31-28.
I know you are too. You guys are psychos for
You're the
over.
one selling us on the offense. Like
Yep,
it's
give
going
me my
gangbusters.
opinion, man. It's a fucking opinion show, fuckers. Isn't that what you always say?
Jeez.
I think you said that once or twice. I can pull the tape. Stephen Cherry says, how in the world is big-eared Feinbaum calling for a Texas blowout? I haven't heard that, but that's
I
fucking
have.
funny.
I
That's
have.
fucking
He's
funny.
garbage. He thinks the Buckeyes we're going to be lazy, coming off a hangover, and Texas is just too loaded.
Oh,
and
I love it.
and he thinks it'll be just a beatdown.
Oh yeah, that 7-month hangover.
Yeah.
Hate those. What a douche. I love it though. Keep bringing it. Stephen Cherry says Sarkisian isn't a big game coach. That's what we just said, I think, right? Did we come to that conclusion?
I think so.
I agree. Skywalker 392 says not very smart. They beat Bama, Clemson, and ASU. You lost all credibility right off the bat. Really? ASU counts as a big win? I'm sorry, I'm not credible in your opinion. I'll let you know when I give a shit.
Well, and what about the? I mean, the Bama. He beat a Bama that didn't make the playoffs too. You didn't beat a great Alabama team.
Was that a 9-3 Bama or an 8-4 Bama team? Please explain. Didn't they lose to Oklahoma? Huh. Credibility, huh? Face palm this, nigga. Stephen Cherry says, look at this total career as a head coach. Exactly. That's my point about Sarkisian. His total career as a head coach, not great. And we got one last Texas fan in here. Tristan Polk, 28-7 horns. Hook 'em. Okay. Good luck with that. I don't see that happening. If you guys can put up 28 on our defense, you deserve to win that game. So, anyway. Henry, anything else before we get out the door here?
Yeah, I got them putting up 28 and losing that game.
I know you do. So,
Regardless, no, I'm good.
all right, folks. We appreciate you joining us. As always, please like, subscribe, and all the stuff. And we will talk to you next week. We'll do a little game recap next Sunday night, and we'll get you ready for the following week's game, which is probably going to be a snoozer. So we'll focus on this recap, win, lose, or draw. So hopefully you're joining us 8 p.m. Eastern next Sunday. Jeff and Sean, appreciate you.
See ya.
Talk to you later.